Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. And if you have been wondering what it's like to live on northwest part of Hickory on the lakefront property, stay tuned because we're going to go over 3 neighborhoods: Morse Ferry, Oliver's Landing, and Governor's Harbor. So here we go.
All right, so if you're wanting to move to Hickory and you want to be on the water, Northwest Hickory, over here, Northwest Hickory may be somewhere you want to consider. Obviously, the lake is very large, and we're going to go over the entire lake in multiple videos, but we wanted to start with the northwest side. And if you're looking for homes in that area, there are 3 distinct neighborhoods that tend to be very prestigious, beautiful communities, well-maintained, very desirable. And we thought we'd showcase them on today's video. Now keep in mind, there are many homes on water that's not in a subdivision. So consider that. There's a lot of shoreline, a lot of homes for sale, and not all of them are in communities. So the ones that we're showcasing today are just 3 of the ones we get asked about the most often that have waterfront amenities. So we hope this video is helpful to you, and let's jump right in.
Hey guys, welcome to Living in North Carolina channel. This channel is your ultimate guide to the authentic North Carolina experience. We cover everything from daily life to all the fun stuff in between.
So if you're a returning viewer, welcome back, and give that like button a tap. It helps others find our channel more easily.
Bing, bing.
So while you're at it, be sure to hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell so that you're always in the loop when we drop new videos.
We're Adriano and this is Katie, and we're real estate agents right here in North Carolina. We absolutely love it when people contact us about their upcoming move for North Carolina, whether through text messages, a phone call, or a quick email. Reach out to us and we can help you every step of the way. You can even schedule an appointment on our calendar using the link below.
So no matter how you choose to get in touch, know that we've got your back when it comes to making the move to North Carolina. All right, so one of the most popular lakefront communities in Northwest Hickory is Morse Ferry. So Morse Ferry is a rather large community. It is in city limits, so you have all the amenities of being in Hickory, the utilities, the trash pickup, all that good stuff. It's an HOA, at least a portion of it is. And that's one of the things we want to point out in our video. If you're looking to move into Morse Ferry, something you need to be aware of that a lot of locals don't even know is that only about half the community is in the HOA of Morse Ferry.
It's like split down the middle, like 2 ways.
Yeah, and we're going to put up a graphic here where you can actually see which lots are included in that. And this is significant because if you're wanting to move into a community where you have a clubhouse, you have a community pool, Morse Ferry, for some part of it is that, but for another part of it is not. So the side of Morse Ferry that you move into will drastically affect the amenities that you can enjoy in the community. Just to kind of give you an overview, there's the 2 sections of Morse Ferry. One is an HOA, one is not. The dues are reflected that way as well. So if you are in the HOA portion of Morse Ferry, you're going to pay $71 a month because you get a lot more for that. You get to use the clubhouse and you get to use the pool, and there's a whole list of amenities that it provides. Now, if you're not in the HOA and you don't have access to those things, you shouldn't be paying for that. So there is a optional HOA of $120 a year. What do you get for that? Maintenance of the front entrance sign. So big difference. Friends with a lot of folks that live out there. I will say our kids got to go to a little birthday party in the clubhouse, and it's a fun, it was a foam party. It was a foam party, but point being, if you live there and you are part of the HOA portion of Morse Ferry, you can rent out the clubhouse and have little parties and invite your friends, and you can have guests and whatnot. It's a great community pool. It overlooks the water, so it's a great location. One thing that some people don't know about Morse Ferry, there's a cemetery right in the middle of it.
So yeah, when I got first introduced, when I was just out here just checking out different neighborhoods, I noticed it's like you drive and then there's this like roundabout, and then there's these like old headstones. I don't know. I thought they were from like the Civil War.
Yeah, I don't know how old they are.
You really can't make out because already whatever was like engraved on them, it's how old they are. It's already kind of faded out. So that was the one cool thing about Morse Ferry that was really neat.
And it's really close to the clubhouse.
You can't
get
miss
to the clubhouse without passing the cemetery.
It's like a roundabout.
Yeah, it's very small.
And it's elevated. It's up. And there's some trees on it, so it's really neat. You can see it, and then it'll go around. But I tell you what, like Moore's Ferry was the first neighborhood that I started procuring properties when I was out here, just kind of getting my feet wet in regards to like probably selling real estate. I was kind of in Moore's Ferry, so kind of Moore's Ferry has it's my first
Yeah.
area that has
Some of your first like listings were in
yeah,
that neighborhood.
yeah. So it has some meaning, and it's close to the heart, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
So it's one of my favorite areas in Hickory. So let me back it up. So the one cool thing about Moore's Ferry is that it's super close to, actually, that right there, right behind us is Highway 127. So this highway connects. It'll just go right past. That's where your all your stores are at.
Lowe's Foods.
Lowe's Hardware. You have all your grocery stores.
Yeah.
There's the Food Lion. There's your fast food, CVS, Walgreens.
Yeah.
Everything is right there. And from Morris Ferry, it's like 5 minutes, if that.
It's very prime location.
Prime location, and so that's number one. So that's super close to everything. Number two is when you drive in there, it's a nice little established neighborhood. There's like sidewalks.
They have like a little security guard station at all the entrances.
When you roll through,
video surveillance.
Yeah, and then you have like sidewalks. It's established little neighborhood because some neighborhoods in Hickory don't have the sidewalks, but this Morris Ferry does. And then you park your car because that's what I did, and I just wanted to walk and get a feeling. So when you walk out and you get a feel for the neighborhoods, so you got these like cool areas that you walk, and then some have like a little hilly. But the neat thing is there's people out walking. You see people walking. They're walking their dogs. That's how they get their steps in. It's a really private, like really good neighborhood feel. Trees all around you, and as the seasons change, I remember like the fall and the transition, all the leaves start coming down, they blow, and then you're driving your car and you can just start seeing the colors change.
Everybody's yards, everything's very well maintained.
Very well maintained neighborhoods. And then as you get some cool walks right by the homes that are on the water side, and you kind of look and you get some really scenic views of the lake. So, and the houses are all like stately brick homes, 2 levels, and they look like they were probably built, a lot of them like early 2000s, and then been very well maintained. And obviously they've built some really brand new, like last year, year before, some new constructions. There's some lots that were for sale.
Yeah. First of all, there's primarily single family homes in Morris Ferry, but there are townhomes.
There's a couple.
They're very difficult to get into.
A handful.
Yeah. They don't come on the market
2 handfuls
very often.
Yeah.
But I will say
they're very hard to get.
Yeah. Everything's there's a lot of brick out there. Everything's very nice. The townhomes are those brick, basically duplex. They're 2x2s. The price point in Morris Ferry, it does vary because a portion of the community is on beautiful main channel water and a portion of it is further off. And again, some of the neighborhood has amenities and some of it does not. The portion that does not have the amenities is the newer portion of Morris Ferry. So price point varies, but everything appreciates out there because it is a very prestigious neighborhood. We'll put up a graphic. You can see the last 10 years of how things have appreciated in that community. 2024, everything just skyrocketed. I think it's possible that a lot of what has sold in 2024 was waterfront because the average sell price of the home in that neighborhood in 2024 was 1.2 million. So versus last year, which was around 700,000. So it's not necessarily that everything jumped in value. I just think there might have been a disproportionate amount of lakefront properties that have sold this year. Just know, like you're looking in that price range of 600 plus. There's not a lot of cheapies out there. They're really nice homes, really well built, very desirable neighborhood. And like he said, this is a neighborhood that has monthly socials and summer cookouts and very active HOA.
Yeah.
They do little picnic socials. They do a big neighborhood yard sale every spring and every fall. So that's kind of fun. That always gets a really big turnout.
Yeah.
And then Halloween parades and
Christmas, the decor there. Some of the decor some folks put up in the homes, it is absolutely out of this world.
Yeah, everybody shows up. Everybody brings their A game to make their home look really nice. So also keep in mind, there are boat slips in that community.
Not all of them.
Yeah, not every home has one. They're deeded separately. There's actually 48 of them. And sometimes they come up for sale and they'll be sold independently by the homeowner. There's 20-foot slips. Some are covered, some are not, but they're right there by the clubhouse. So if you're looking to live on the water or near the water, Morris Ferry is definitely one to consider if that's a price point that's accessible for you. It is definitely, if you're new to the area and you want to be somewhere where you feel like it's very very nice community, very well maintained, property values hold strong. Morris Ferry is a safe bet. So
Yeah.
that's number one on our list of lakefront communities in Northwest Hickory. All right, guys, so number two on our list for neighborhoods in Northwest Hickory that will get you on the water or near the water is Governor's Harbor. So Governor's Harbor, look at it like the little brother to Morris Ferry.
The governor doesn't live there.
The governor doesn't live there. But
It's not his harbor.
it's not his harbor. But it is a stunning community. Higher price homes, many of which are on beautiful, deep main channel views. There are probably some of the highest price homes on Lake Hickory reside in Governor's Harbor. Not assumption, but I would say.
No, I would say so.
Yeah.
The one thing I noticed driving, beautiful drive right when you get inside. Like you drive into the harbor and a beautiful sign. You just have this like grand like entrance, I would say. Stately entrance, governor's entrance. So
the security shed, everybody's got these.
So you drive in, you it's not very many homes.
Right.
So
it's a small neighborhood,
it's a
really.
very small neighborhood,
it's
but
less than 50 homes.
But very desired. Now on the lot side, when you drive by, you notice the lots are very steep. So some people, if you don't mind homes that have a steep
View of the lake,
view and access to the lake, it's a little bit steeper than some of the other ones that were lakefront communities on Lake Hickory and Northwest side. So you're going to notice that they have a steep, lot down. Some of the homes that are on there, they got a crazy view. Like if you're in there, it's like you're elevated. If they're built on a cliff, so really neat. And what we notice is some homes, they go up on the market, but it's not. Obviously, it's less amount of homes
inventory
and less inventory about them. So
we'll put up some metrics to show you to compare in the past 10 years price and how things appreciate out there. The price point in the past year is around 900,000. So that's typical for out there. Now, there's not as much data because in the past 10 years, only 29 of the homes have sold. So that tells you how little turnover there is out there. It's a neighborhood that's less than 50 properties. So really, it's like going in and there's like 2 or 3 cul-de-sacs. It's not like this huge maze of properties like Morris Ferry.
Yeah, 3 to 4 cul-de-sacs.
Yeah.
But real quick to touch on it, same thing, Morris Ferry to Oliver's Landing, the distance between them was maybe 5 minutes from each other.
Yeah.
So that being said, same thing, close to schools.
Yeah.
And I forgot to mention that about Morris Ferry, you're super close to all the schools. Same thing with Oliver's Landing, super close to the schools. It gets you right on 127, drugstore,
Talbot, all the things that.
And down from Governor's Harbor is Hickory Christian Academy, not far at all if you're looking for a private school for your kids. And then after that, you keep going, then you end up on 127, then you got a gas station, and you have the public store. So that's about 5 minutes.
Yeah, very close proximity to 127.
Really close proximity.
Governor's Harbor doesn't have a community pool, but it does have a little community dock and a little boat ramp so you can put boats in. It's kind of hard to find. It's hidden in that neighborhood.
Yeah, it's hard, but it's there.
Yeah, but the dues out there are $780 a year at the time of filming. So a little smaller community, a lot of the same amenities, but not all of them. Very well maintained. Again, there's not one home in that neighborhood that would sell for less than $500,000 or $600,000. So out here, that's substantial.
Yeah.
Maybe where you're from, that doesn't get you much, but out here, it gets you in a prestigious neighborhood. So it had to make the list as Governor's Harbor. All right, so last on our list of Northwest Hickory waterfront communities is Oliver's Landing. And Oliver's Landing is a little bit different because it actually is right across the bridge. It's still technically Hickory, but it's on the Taylorsville side of the bridge. So I guess officially it's in Alexander County. It's right on the line. But very desirable community. This one has a golf course.
I'd call it an honorable mention.
Really? I think this one's great.
But we had to talk about it.
Yeah.
So.
And I want to hear comments below on what you guys feel offers the most bang for your buck, because here's my personal perspective on this. Oliver's Landing has a 18-hole golf course. It's still a waterfront neighborhood, so a portion of it is on water. The dues are only $420 a year. So I'm like, okay, the dues are less, and it has all of these extra amenities that the others don't have. And one of our favorite restaurants is in the clubhouse. El Baton is a Peruvian restaurant. So Anyway, Oliver's Landing has about 350 home sites. And one other thing that's unique about Oliver's Landing is there's a little section of it that's for 55 and over. So if you are looking to move here and retire and you want to be living on a street where you can get to the golf course, you can do all the things, you can go out to dinner at the clubhouse, but you want your neighbors to be in that same stage of life, well, buy a home in the woodlands of Oliver's Landing. So there's a little, it's a small section, but it is the woodlands.
Actually, it's one. Yeah.
So, and there's a community boat launch, but it's not as extensive as Morris Ferry. So Oliver's Landing, it has a lot to offer. Beautiful homes.
Yeah, so the drive in that, just to give you a feel, when you drive in Oliver's Landing, you know, the first thing you're going to notice is a beautiful sign when you drive through it, and then you cut to the right. As you're driving through it, you're going to notice the golf course. If you folks are looking for a golf community to live on, to live in the community and have obviously a golf course, this is probably one of my favorite places in Hickory that has a golf course. I think it's a really neat, nice and clean golf course. I think one of the newer ones in the area compared to the other ones that I've seen in
really
Northwest.
Well cared for.
The homes are newer, obviously. You can see this really, really pretty. Some of the homes, whoever the builders were, they had a unique design brick that was whitewashed, yellowish, like beige, I guess. You know what, or a tan.
They have like more like up to date.
And then the roofs are black. I mean, it's really pretty. You notice right behind some of the homes, you'll see the golf course right behind them. Same thing, little golf carts. People are just driving their golf carts because you see the little signs, and people watch out for the
community.
People watch out because they have their little golf carts.
Oh yeah,
they
like
drive
the little golf cart crossing.
Golf cart crossing. That means there's kids out there.
Yeah.
That means there's a plethora of different demographics. You have some of the older folks, 55 and over, that live in the one area. You have younger families that live in different parts of the community.
Yeah.
And you see them just walking around the streets.
There's a lot of one level for people who are wanting that and say, you know what, my knees are not going to do 2 stories anymore. And then there's also really big family homes where you could have a ton of kids and raise a family there.
You know, kids, or even for the folks that want a big home because they want their kids to come back with the grandkids, so they have room for them. So you have a mixture of different type of homes there. Same thing from there because it's on the other side of the bridge. Depending on the morning, if you need to go to work, or you need to drop your kids off at school. And that's actually right behind us, this bridge right here. Yeah. Actually, it'll be on your side, honey. We can show them right over there, that bridge right there.
Yeah.
You might get some people, if they're doing construction or something's going on, they might be a little traffic in the morning.
But that's about to change. The NCDOT is expanding that bridge because there's so much growth coming to Alexander County.
Yeah.
So keep in mind, by the time you view this video, if you're moving here in 2026, maybe, there may be 4 lanes across the water, so that may be alleviated.
So to get to the main stores on going towards into Hickory, then you're probably like 10 minutes away.
Yeah,
I'd say 10 minutes. Yeah, driving from Oliver's Landing to the stores that if you're looking for. I mean, going towards Alexander County, there's another Lowe's on the other side. So I mean, you're surrounded. You're pretty good on stores and amenities. But again,
and there's a Starbucks on that side of the bridge.
They just opened one.
So
they just opened. That's probably 5 minutes from here.
So Oliver's Landing, it offers a lot. I think it's a great value, and it may be somewhere you want to consider if you're wanting to be waterfront and you want a golf course right in your backyard in Northwest Hickory.
So, and the last thing, if you're wondering where we're at, we are at
Wittenberg Access.
Wittenberg Access, which is about 3 minutes from Oliver's Landing.
Yeah.
Morris Ferry, probably another 5 minutes from Morris Ferry, and probably like 10 minutes from Governor's Harbor. But this is that cool park we were talking about, and I'm going to just mention it real quick. So if you want to bring your kids and just take a walk, or you just want to take a walk and get some steps in, this is the park they just built this new little beach for the kids. And also here, if you live in these neighborhoods but don't have lake access, or you live a little bit out and you don't live in the three that we just mentioned, you can put your boat in. So it's kind of really neat that we just wanted to mention that.
Yeah, and the marina is right here behind us. You can rent a boat there. If you live nearby and you don't want to buy a boat yet, just go rent a boat and spend the day on the lake.
Or as we talked about, you live in Morris Ferry and you don't have the boat slip. This is where you go and you can get your boat. And
they have dry storage and then also like in the water.
Yeah.
So very convenient, and highly recommend it. But definitely consider Oliver's Landing if you're thinking of making a move to Northwest Hickory. All right, guys, so there you have it. if you are considering that move to Hickory and you want to be on the water, the Northwest side is maybe where you want to end up. So hopefully these 3 neighborhoods, it was a good exposure to what they all offer. And as always, if you like what you hear, be sure to like and subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you get informed when we bring out new content. Because we plan on going around different areas of the lake, showing you around and helping you get acquainted with what all this area and this lake has to offer in a move. So thanks for joining us, and we'll see you soon.